You guys wanted to know and you asked us, what is the best possible exercise to use to develop your abs according to science? Now, truthfully, there is a candidacy list of the best, but there is one specifically, which we're going to show you today, which, gee whiz, if there had to be the perfect one, this would be it. And it's called Modified Candlestick. The Modified Candlestick is a very...
That's actually one of my favorite ab workouts that I actually do on my Total Trainer. I have to lower it down a bunch in order to do it properly, but that is an excellent exercise for the abs.
Interesting exercise. It only requires you to be able to grab something behind you that's solid and won't move, or better yet, grab the back of a workout bench. That's all you need for this exercise. Here's how it works. The Modified Candlestick has you pulling your knees and your feet up and then thrusting your hips off of the bench vertically into the air. That part can be done athletically and rapidly because what we want is the descent, the eccentric controlled lowering phase when you lower your legs back down, hips first, legs second. Once you do that, that puts an unbelievable amount of stress onto your abs and a lengthened situation where they're being pulled apart as they go down. When that occurs, tons of muscle growth is potentiated.
So for this particular exercise, you don't really build your abs pulling your legs up like that. It's the descent itself, and that's what makes it so great, because a lot of people train their abs to where they're just doing crunches there. But this one, it hits it in a very unique way. So very good exercise.
This is an incredibly hard exercise. So because it's hard, there are a couple of ways for you to cue yourself in to make sure that it's reasonably possible for you to even do this exercise. And then slowly over time, you're going to be able to make it harder. And here's how. The beginner version of this exercise has you taking your knees and tucking them up as high as you can first. That shortens the lever arm of your legs and allows you to lift your hips much easier, pointing your toes into the sky. As you come down, you're going to retract your feet.
Now, what I would recommend someone doing is just putting their knees above before even lifting up, just to start out with. That's still going to hit the downswing slightly, but because this is a very advanced ab exercise, so not everyone's going to be able to do it at first. You got to crawl before you walk, though. So most people won't get to that point just as of yet. So I can't really consider this a beginner ab workout. It's a little bit more advanced, but let's continue.
Back down towards you as the hips lower, and then you're going to stretch your legs out separately. That's the easiest way to do it, and it's still tough. The second way to do it, which is harder, if you can do 10 solid repetitions or more, in the easy way, you can move to this next way. The next way is when you start moving, you actually take your legs completely straightened and you bring them up without bending the knee at all. Then you thrust your hips up, come back down, and then completely straighten, lowering your leg. That extends the lever arm and challenges your abs much more. The third way is almost impossible for most people to do. Pretty much only elite gymnasts and a few other folks can get away with it. If you can do 15, 20, or 25 or more of the second kind of technique, you might be able to do a few of the third. That's the actual candlestick. The reason it's called a candlestick is it's completely solid and straight. That's when you have your feet totally extended, your hips completely straight, you pull back on the bench using only your upper abs.
And at one time, folks, I could actually do that particular exercise. So I'm in the intermediate version of it. But once I diet down more, I'll be able to do that. But, it's one of my favorite exercises because it hits on that downswing, it hits those abs so good. And in such a unique way, it builds it. These are the same, that particular exercise there is the same thing I used back in 2009 to train for my show.
You're going to crunch your entire body like a zombie mortified, totally flat thing all the way up in a semicircular arc And then when you get to the top, pointing your toes, you're going to come all the way back down, fully extended the whole time. I sure as shit can't do these. I don't even think Mr. Nick Shaw, our CEO, who's going to demo this for you, is able to do these. We are going to really focus on cueing the first variant, and we're going to try the second variant. If you want to do the third hardest variant, that's up to you. Perfect. Hold at the top for just a split second longer.
So I'm going to stop the video itself because you guys see the point of this video. I'm glad someone actually posted that. But yes, the candlestick is probably one of the best exercises you can do for your abs there, you know. Like I said, I already had watched a portion of it like last year, so I'm really glad that someone put up this video. But it's the candlestick. You know, it's a beast there. The only thing I didn't like about the video per se, and you know, is just that I think the beginner set is just crunching your knees in and then having them go out. I think that would be more suited as a beginner, but everything else is on point as far as intermediate and advanced, you know. And, you know, right now I could probably do the intermediate. You know, once I get dieted down, then I'll be able to do the advanced as usual. But you know, the good thing about this is this builds a very powerful core if you can master this particular ab exercise.